Hey everyone, Unofficial Amy Grant Fan Club here, and I'm back with another look at the Shadowlands beta. Since the last time I played the beta, we are now able to actually test copy over Death Knights and Demon Hunters, and since my main is a Death Knight, that was a big change for myself. There also has been a server wipe, and so now we are forced to play through the beta as though it were essentially launched. The same experience that players will have presumably, when the expansion actually launches. So I have not actually done the opening event, which I believe takes place in the Maw. The first time I played, I started just straight in Bastion. So there's some people here. So I'm going to do that now, and I figured I would record that. I'm going to play it as the new Two-Handed Frost. Not really that new, but now the ability to play as Two-Handed Frost. As you can see, my eye level is 133. And I'm playing a sort of very dumbed down Frost build here, going with Inexorable Assault here on the first tier, Runic Attenuation on the second, Asphyxiate here in the CC tier, Avalanche in the AoE tier, Death Pact in sort of the utility tier, which I would probably normally go with Permafrost just because I think it gives you more overall healing over a longer period of time. But I figure Death Pact in case I get in any trouble. Gathering Storm here in the 45 tier, and Ice Cap in the bottom tier. I am going with sort of a more crit heavy build, although I don't have a ton of crit right now, and so I'm going to try to get more benefit out of Ice Cap. The downside to Two-Handed Frost is that I only get one rune forge, and I'm using Razor Ice as my one rune. And so let's go ahead and start the event here.
We do what the living cannot.
Okay, so there's a cutscene that is not in the game yet. And it looks like I will now be going to Atcherus through this death gate. Here I am at Atcherus, which is now
key leaders. The Banshee Queen attacked Icecrown. She cut a path to the frozen throne and seized the helm of domination. Look to the sky and you will see the results of her actions. I have never beheld anything like this.
Oh wow, okay, so the skybox is implemented now. So Atcherus now here apparently is at the same place where the gunship battle takes place. And non-Death Knights are able to use Atcherus at least for this purpose. So we're going to take the teleporter to the Frozen Throne. And I'm guessing this will trigger a cutscene as well.
I will aid you as best I can. When the Banshee shattered the helm, it tore a gaping wound through the veil between our world and the Shadowlands. During my vigil upon the Frozen Throne, I caught fleeting glimpses into the realms of death. Among them, I saw a place of inescapable darkness. That is where you must go, if you are to save those Sylvanas has taken. Together, we can open the way. Place the shards of domination around the circle of runes. Then the ritual can begin.
Okay, so this is not a particularly compelling quest, but that's okay.
The dangers you face will be considerable. Alone, you may well be outmatched.
I don't know if this is actually Bolvar's voice.
Living mortals were never intended to cross beyond the veil. Where you are going, you may be unable. The path opens.
I guess I don't have to place the last one.
There is no other course. Death comes to claim Azeroth. It falls to you to defend her. The time has come. Take up the Shattered Helm, and we will open the rift.
Another cutscene that's not in the game yet. That's okay.
You made it through the rift. Good. I doubt this mission could succeed without you. No sign yet of the High Priestess. Perhaps she charged ahead into the chaos.
Okay, so here's our first quest here in the Maw. I don't think this is going to function the way
Fight your way out of here. We
the
will
Maw
meet
will
you
function
ahead.
at max level. Guess I should actually click these people.
Regroup with your fellow knights. We will not be far behind.
I have no idea if everybody, all classes, rescue Knights of the Ebon Blade, or if that's a Death Knight specific thing. It looks like it's not Death Knight specific, because I see Mage doing the same thing. And I should have turned on PvP mode, but didn't, so now I have to suffer with Care Bears.
We are establishing a forward position. Go. Make sure we hold it.
Get on with it.
This clarion will signal the Ebon Blade to converge on your foe. Use it wisely.
I guess that was a ruiner, but that wasn't the one I was looking for, I guess. I seem to be button up, not bar. Empowered rune weapon. The zone looks pretty cool, I have to say. Does remind me a little bit of Argus. But that's not a bad thing. I have to remember that I can summon a ghoul as a cooldown now, so I'll do that right here.
We have done all we can here. Let's get moving before reinforcements arrive. We are vastly outnumbered. Let's try not to draw unwanted attention. Keep an eye. Frost magic. Looks like the work of our friend, the Lord Admiral. The conflict seems to move in this direction. We should follow the trail before it grows cold.
I will also note that so far Two-Handed Frost does not really feel any different than Dual-Wield Frost.
More of Lady Proudmoore's handiwork. It would be unwise to break the enchantment. Let's move along. The Lord Admiral is truly formidable. To have bested one of these monsters. I hope our allies didn't end up in the belly of... Hold! What's that up ahead? I suggest we try not to get eaten. Looks like we've secured the Lord Admiral.
A long road
I'll
lies
signal the
before
Ebon
us.
Blade to
I
advance.
know what must be done.
It's very strange to
Can't
have
stay here.
Jaina be here and
Can
not
you
be
thank the light
an enemy.
you found us?
You can see they don't have Chris Metzen around to voice Thrall, at least not yet.
Something's flying at us from above.
They found us. Be ready.
Quite a few missing cutscenes, but I guess that's probably not that surprising.
Like mortals, you cannot escape your fate. Your chains.
So the way the new ghoul works, for at least for specs other than Unholy, is that it's a 50-second temporary pet on a 2-minute cooldown. So it's up. It has a lot of uptime. It's kind of a weird feeling ability.
We're overrun. I'm getting us out of here. I left some mere images behind to keep them distracted. I will do what the illusion won't hold for long. Hurry. The time for
It's actually a fairly
There's
underwhelming
cave
button,
just
but
around the bend. With any luck,
I guess
we
it
can
adds
reach
flavor
before they
back.
notice.
And see that I also have Death Coil here on my bar, but I have yet to find any reason to use it
Well,
as
there goes
Frost.
our luck.
I could potentially use it to dump RP into healing myself with Lichborn up, but I'm not sure why I would do that as opposed to just Death Strike. I guess in a situation where for whatever reason I can't Death Strike, that might have some utility. But that seems like a very
Much for
niche
remaining unnoticed.
interaction.
Let's hurry.
Oh, I'm heading the wrong way.
What did Thrall mean by
Nope,
slip
maybe
past
not.
them again? We've escaped before.
Indeed. I've broken free countless times, only to end up back in a cage. I've hidden inside this cave before. We can't stay long, but it should buy us a little time.
Yeah, this is a very cool looking zone. I mean, I will say that they've done a great job with the visuals so far. I've been very impressed and pleasantly surprised at the ability of this sort of ancient engine to squeeze out a little bit more impressive visual effects. Even 15 years after it came out, and when it came out, it wasn't even that great looking. But I think the art style does them a lot of
Lord
favors, and I
Admiral,
also think
before
that
we found you,
they've made
did you see any sign of the Night Warrior?
They've made good improvements over the
Veranda.
years.
Here? No, I have not.
She leapt into the rift just ahead of us. She vowed to find Sylvanas Windrunner at any cost.
That is troubling.
Your
An
cell
ancient ritual
awaits,
infused her
mage.
with incredible
The jailer
power.
has plans for you.
Fear it may be growing beyond her ability. I've had enough of your cages, fiend.
There is nowhere to run. Nothing escapes the law.
Noticing, well, I noticed a little while ago, but it looks like the Gift of N'Zoth is not functional in Shadowlands, just like it isn't functional in non BFA zones, and that's kind of annoying or disappointing.
When you first arrived, I wasn't sure if you were even real, or if you were just another illusion meant to torment us. I was beginning to lose hope that I'd see anyone from our world again.
Well, kind of weird. I guess that's the end of that phase.
We cannot let the world fall to darkness. We all have our ghosts. The Alliance will endure. Very well. Where to begin? Denizens call this realm the Maw. From what I have gathered, it was intended as a prison for the most foul, irredeemable souls that ever existed. Indeed. And one of their tormentors, and ours, is Sylvanas Windrunner. It seems she has made a powerful ally. The Shades whisper of someone called the Jailer. The true battle lies ahead. Be careful who you trust. The Jailer rules this realm. We know little about him, but it's clear he has taken a special interest in us. He has personally overseen our treatment here. Whatever this Jailer and the Banshee are planning, it won't end well. For any of us. I caught glimpses of Bane and Anduin during my attempts to break free. They live. That's all I know for certain. But I have found no means of leaving them all. I can only manage to teleport short distances. This nightmare feels inescapable.
Countless souls are now pouring into this realm. Some have been here for untold ages. Perhaps one of them knows a way out.
I can scarcely imagine the horrors such spirits have endured. I fear there's nothing left of them to save. They manifest as malevolent shades that wander the darkness. I doubt they'd willingly help us.
Knights of the Ilvl have ways to compel the dead to speak.
Control you.
If we seize one of them, we can extract its secrets.
Okay. Time to command some Malice Shadow. I do like this sort of new quest interface here where there's different quests are either clearly marked as side quests or as part of the main campaign. We have to weaken.
use the helm while it's weakened.
Get him from.
At last, the true.
A tried and true gameplay mechanic in WoW.
At last, the true. No. At last, the true.
So yeah, the other thing about the ghoul that I realized didn't realize initially
Souls are too fragmented. There must be another way.
is
This
that
target poses
you
a considerable threat.
the ghoul doesn't
I will
have
signal the Ebon Blade for assistance once we engage it.
the ghoul doesn't have leap or gnaw or any of the sort of special abilities that the unholy ghoul has. So you can't command it to do anything. So it is really just nothing more than a very weak DPS cooldown. Break that fear.
You cannot find me.
You're coming with us.
I apologize if anybody wants to read those quest boxes, but I don't do that. I don't do that in live, and so I see no reason to do so. In beta, I feel like they probably want me to play the beta the way I play the game normally. That's without reading quest text. And I'm also starting to feel like I really should have taken Wraith Walk, because I don't seem to be in sort of danger of dying.
Speak,
What would
fiend.
you ask the daughter of the sea?
No.
A single spark can set the world.
Mercy.
Reach the upper
Once we find out,
Tramaculum.
my staff will serve as an anchor
Okay.
to teleport us back to safety.
And I believe that it's not possible to mount at all inside the mall. Now it's still grayed out here, so it looks like that's correct. Part of the challenge of the maw, I guess, is not being able to mount up. Looks like it's a fairly decent sized zone. Guessing there's going to be a lot of good PvP here. This comes out. Oh god, go this way. And it's only level 50. Yeah, I mean, I assume that being fully you know, almost. I mean, I'm in retail. I think I'm 477, so I'm almost at pretty close to as high of an item level as you can get. I think you could probably get to about 481, 482 if you really grind the heck out of the neck. But I'm starting here at 133, and that feels like that's probably about as geared as anybody has. And I went back through because corruption is turned off.
Last I saw Anduin, they were taking him to the tower above. We need to find a way up there.
Because corruption was turned off, you know, immediately upon entering the beta. I'm just wearing like the highest eye level stuff with the best secondary stats. I don't have to juggle the corruption or like wear lower level stuff because it has better corruption. So as a result, my eye level is pretty close to as high as it gets. I think if my absolute highest is 135, but I'm 133 prioritizing some secondary stats. Oh, he's inside here. I wonder if this hurts. I'm going to test it. Oh yeah, it does hurt.
The way forward will not be easy.
Be vigilant.
It's really pretty bizarre to have a quest where you're working alongside Anduin and Jaina Proudmoore immediately after an expansion that was primarily about you know, the faction conflict. I guess the point of that was to resolve once and for all the differences between the Alliance and the Horde, but that feels fairly contrary to, you know, WoW's basic premise. So that guy should be right up there. I wasn't expecting this to be quite this long, but I guess this is how long the opening scenario takes. I'm guessing this won't be available in the pre-patch, so it's not like a Broken Isle kind of thing. Unsurprisingly, somebody else is here. Wow, he's dead. Wow, I'm such a hero. So I'll kill some of these sworn guards. See if I can get some of those keys to open those chests for these other people. I can't even loot. It says these guys are for something called Undeserved Fate, which I'm guessing is like a bonus quest. So this one I can loot. Automatically tracking. I guess it is? Oh, it just doesn't, the name isn't here. Okay. That's a bug. I'll report that. Sorry for the hold up here. I actually try to be a good citizen and report bugs when I find them. The last time I played, which is a couple of weeks ago, I got in the initial beta wave, so I've haven't really been playing it much. I've been pretty busy at work, but the last time I played it, I was reporting bugs fairly frequently. I would say like every 10 minutes I was finding a bug. They're all very minor. They're like this one. It's not really a big deal. It's just weird. But yeah, there have been quite a few bugs. Also noticing there are not a whole lot of mobs around here. So this may be a difficult quest to complete. Yeah, this is pretty annoying. I can just go on, but I feel like I kind of want to do this point. Meaningless quest. There are no mobs. Well, I will keep my eyes peeled for mobs, but these ones don't drop the stuff. Oh, these Mossworn? This one does. Where's this guy? Side of the wall. And I may report this as a bug. That guy's cool looking. I may report this as a bug too, but there just do not appear to be enough of these mobs around or spawning. Especially with the key not being, this guy's in the wall. Especially with the key not being a guaranteed drop. Okay. So these guys are dropping it. I should be able to get enough of these to complete the quest. I mean, I recognize it's not a big deal if I don't complete it, because it's not like it really matters, but I kind of want to try to sort of simulate the actual experience here. Fumbling around here trying to figure out what I've got Death and Decay bound to. I don't even know why I would use it, but there it is. That's a weird button. I'm sure I had some reason. Apologies that it's... Oh, these guys are respawning now. Their spawn rate seems a little low. Why I'm doing that. I don't know what that's going to do. I don't have Scourge Strike. I thought they were giving all specialization Scourge Strike for some reason. Didn't even understand how that would possibly work, given that the Scourge Strike really only has a function for one spec, but they seem to be giving people buttons they don't need anyways, so not the craziest thing. Yeah, Death and Decay really serves no purpose. Although I guess we need to have it because if you go Night Fae, you need to be able to have Death's Due as...
Ebonblade forces are positioned nearby. They will defend you.
You need to be able to have Death's Due as a Frost. And so I am personally going to be using... at least I believe I'm going to go Night Fae. And so I will need to have access to Death's Due. If I play Frost, which, you know, maybe I will. I'm not super like keen on it. I tend to favor Unholy as my DPS spec, but I might mess around with it a little bit more. I did play it a lot more in Legion. I basically didn't touch it at all in BFA. Played a lot of Unholy and a lot of Blood. And that should be enough keys. Gotta find one cage, just one. Actually, I think there's one up where Anduin is. Well, let's get this one. See that I've almost gained, you know, 2/3 of a level here just in the starting experience. And that tracks with what I've been told, which is that, and what I experienced when I played the beta a little bit a couple of weeks ago, which is that the leveling experience is very short. Maybe doable in like 1 long or 2 long play sessions.
Thank you, champion. I feared I would never be free of those shackles.
We should move quickly. Are you fit to travel?
Safe journey. I will be fine once
A
this
long
place
road
is
lies
behind us.
before us.
Lead on.
My ability to teleport is limited here, but I should be able to open a portal back to my staff's location.
Those wounds look serious, Thrall. Let me tend them.
Yeah, they just don't have medicine. I'm assuming they will before it comes out. Maybe another sign that this is not as close as it may appear.
Futile! The path sealed long ago. Waystone! Got a cauldron! Perhaps. No! Dormant. Broken. Nothing escapes the maw.
The cauldron it spoke of lies beyond the River of Souls. I believe Bane is being held captive there. The way forward will not be easy. You're troubled, Thrall. What is it? Agreed. But we have no idea.
Oh, we can
how to
100% leave her here. What? I
We
don't
will do our
understand
best,
Thrall becoming
but
just this
waystone may be
alliance
our only
sympathizer.
means of escape. If there's a way out of the maw, then there has to be a way back in. We will return
She's a war
for her.
criminal. So I'll have to kill her. No.
Your wretched souls will feed the coming darkness.
Helia's back.
Wretched? I heard you were soundly beaten by a force of wretched champions, witch.
You will pay for that insult! The skies of your world will be darkened by the wings of my Maw-sworn!
Did Thrall just throw an axe into her head? That was cool.
Drown!
What is this madness?
Drown among the souls of the damned!
Keep moving!
This feels incomplete.
The jailer.
He has Bane.
Control your power.
Loktar. For Azeroth.
Yeah, he did throw his axe. This confirms. Okay.
Together, we are strong.
This is definitely like this reminds me a lot of the intro to WoD, although a lot less bombastic. The intro to WoD is, I think, one of the strongest sort of heavily scripted things they've done. And this isn't quite on that level, but it's still pretty impressive in its own way, I guess. It's also not done, right? So maybe it'll look better. Maybe it'll look better when it's all the effects are in. I think they're all supposed to be saying things. I didn't realize there was all this text appearing down here in the box about how he doesn't like the weapon that I'm presenting him with. I guess he liked that last one. Okay, so I need a wither blade. What the hell is a wither blade? From a moss-worn sorcerer. Full render. Sorcerer, still render. Sorcerer. What's any up here? Wonder if these depleted souls are somehow involved. I don't seem to be able to do anything with them. Guard. Soul render. Guard.
Dromcar. Let honor guide your path.
I don't see any sorcerers. These say they can drop them, so maybe that's just me reading it too narrowly. Guards don't say they can drop it, so Soul Render must be Sorcerer. I'm wondering if they used to be called Sorcerers and they just haven't updated it. But they're not dropping jack shit.
For Azeroth.
That's annoying. Or maybe Sorcerer just means that he's sort of caster. I'm supposed to know that a Soul Render is a caster. I guess that's plausible. Got one. Okay, good. That's over.
Dromcar. Let honor guide your path. The Torrens stand proud.
I have to go above him? Is this above me? It must be above. Up where the jailer was when he pushed Bane, as was described in the text that takes the place of the scene that apparently isn't done yet. Or maybe it is done and they just don't put it in the beta to reduce the file size. I have no idea. Nope, I don't think I was supposed to go up here. That might be now stuck. No, stuck. Okay, good.
This curse is tearing his soul apart. You must defeat it quickly.
Hold on, Bane! Do not let the jailer take you!
I think he's coming too. Bane, can you hear me?
I thought my end had come. Then you have
have my eternal gratitude, hero. How may I aid you?
I wish we had more time for you to recover, but we need to move.
As Zorvel's Cauldron. And it looks like I will probably get 51
I spotted an
here.
obelisk of ancient stone upon the high ridge. It did not seem important. The jailer's forces pay it little heed. What do you think it is?
Our way out of here. I hope. The true battle lies ahead.
The jailer's forces seem endless. There is no way we can fight through them all.
My spell will get us past most of his guards, but there will likely be some who can see through it. Stay close. We can't afford to draw their attention.
Okay, so Jaina has cloak, or the rogue group stealth, whatever the hell it's called now.
Careful. These eyes can see through my spell.
The size of the jailer's army rivals that of the Legion, and it's
Hold
growing
here.
larger.
So many souls pouring into the maw. The dead of Azeroth, Draenor, worlds beyond our imagination. All damned to this place.
To be forged into weapons for the jailer.
This visual effect makes it feel like I
Look, on the platform ahead. That must be the Waystone. We need to reach it before
Makes
the
my eyes
jailer
hurt.
takes notice.
feel like I've got like pollen in my eyes or something.
The Waystone was said to be dormant, yet it seems to be reacting to our presence. I can't find a way to activate it.
I don't think the stone is responding to us. I think it's responding to this champion.
Sometimes we must fight for what we believe in. You are always
When the
welcome
jailer
in Stormlight.
realizes our plan, he'll send all his forces against us.
I think the stone is gaining power.
Our only chance is to keep them at bay long enough for the Waystone to fully charge. Every second counts. Hold the line! The Waystone must finish charging!
don't know that it's nearly charged. It's like 2/3 charged. But maybe that means nearly charged because they're not going to send any more mobs. When the jailer's unvoiced. And also you can see the jailer's face.
Jaina, something's wrong. It seems the Waystone has stopped charging.
The stone responds to you, champion. Try to activate it while we hold off the jailer's army.
That's it. That's the intro experience. It gets you your first level.
An agent of the Maw is attacking Oribos. Defend the Arbiter!
And then from here you pick up on the quest line that'll take you to Bastion and get you started on the main story quest for the expansion, which, as I've heard, takes about 12 hours to complete. So that was a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but I thought it'd be a nice, interesting tour of sort of the early experience of the Maw. I will probably continue to make some beta videos examining other elements of the gameplay. I'll probably do each of the dungeons. I've got some guildmates who have now gotten into the beta, so maybe we'll actually do some keys and do some raid testing. Although I don't really want to do the raid testing because I'm going to have to do the raid for 3 to 4 months anyways, so I'd rather it be fresh. But I might do some of that, or I might just record a few videos of the dungeons and maybe of the end game Maw experience, and then kind of leave it at that. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with some more videos of the Shadowlands beta shortly.